Hello everybody, welcome back to another ranking tier list. Will is back again, and this one has been asked for by a lot of people. It is centre-backs. What have we done? We've done proper midfielders.
4-4-2 standard right in the midfielders, yeah.
Yep. We've done strikers, we've done captains. Centre-backs is next. We've picked one centre-back, some put forward by yourselves. One centre-back per team. And we're going back to our old school tiers, okay? So the bottom tier is Championship at best. Are they Championship at best? Should they not even be in this league?
That's not a bad thing, being in the Championship, though.
No, it's not.
I'd love it.
Yes,
fantastic.
QPR, Stoke, and Birmingham City fans. So neutral, which is good, which makes the video better. Make sure you hit that like button. Not for me. I mean, they're fine. They're in the league. They're doing the stuff, but they're not for me. I wouldn't want them at my club. Okay?
Right, okay.
Fine.
He's good.
But is he really good? I didn't say really, just is he good?
No, but is he good?
Yeah.
He's kind of ruined that bit. He's good, but is he good?
Yeah, I don't know. Yeah.
Next one.
Good.
And world class. World class.
Right, okay.
Are there any world class centre backs in the Premier League? You're about to find out. Craig, would you like to kick us off with your first pick?
Yeah, let me have a little look at what we got here. Mings. We've got a Blues fan on the show.
Yeah.
We get that out of the way.
Get out of the way.
So
You
you
can
don't have to
enjoy
worry
the rest of
about
the
it
video. Go.
coming up.
Do you... Yeah, how much do you rate Tyrone Mings?
I mean...
You love him. Would you say you love him?
If he played for anyone else but Villa, I would love him. Well, I do rate him. I do think he's good, and I do think he could be world class.
Right out of the gate.
But I just think he's good for now.
Is there any way you can...
I think everyone in the Premier League, apart from Liverpool, maybe even Liverpool, would have him at the club. City would have him now.
I agree.
I think there's no way... You can't even dispute he's good, but is he good? He is good.
Yeah.
He's proven that point. World class?
Potentially. No, he can't be world class.
Really?
Yeah.
Potentially.
Not at Villa.
Not yet. I'm potentially for the future.
He couldn't do it at Villa. Let's make one thing. He could not be a world class defender at Villa. Let's just put that out there.
That's a great question. Can you play for a mid-table team and be world class?
Because you're not playing against world class players.
Well, you are in the Premier League.
Champions League.
You got to do it Saturday, Wednesday.
Yeah. Saturday, Tuesday night. Yeah. Okay. I think he's quite an obvious good.
Yeah.
We move forward. Let's go to Sheffield United and John Egan. That's John Egan, who is at the heart of the three centre backs for Sheffield United.
True, yeah.
So is he not one of the? Why he's just this pure centre back?
And playing in that position, you need to be chilled and good on the ball because you could get exposed at times, especially when they're running off. Like they do at Sheffield United. That said, one of the least shots on target at the time of recording in the Premier League, the most clean sheets, the least goals conceded in the Premier League.
That's outstanding when you think this is a newly promoted team.
It's amazing.
They're amazing. And what I really like about that is that they clearly came up with this Northern, Chris Wilder, long ball, not even myth, but like lazy pundits were just jumping on that, and it's just bollocks.
Yeah.
And I love it how they kind of like define that. He is a good centre-back.
I would say he's drifting between good and he's good, but is he good just because he hasn't been in the league long enough?
But I think to have that, I didn't know those stats until you said them, and to have those stats as a centre-back for a newly promoted team, even if I don't think they get relegated, even if they finish 17th, that's pretty amazing.
Yeah.
When you think they played Arsenal, Liverpool,
he's good. He's good. I'm happy with that. We can do that for now. Don't let us down, John, for the rest of the season because we've put you quite high up there. Gary Cahill. That's Gary Cahill. Over 50 caps for England.
He's a good
Champions League winner.
He's a good Premier League defender, isn't he?
Could you say, was he world class?
Do you think he was world class?
You're putting that question out there?
Yeah.
I think at no point was he world class.
No, I think he
did he win a Champions League?
He did.
Does that make you world class?
But you know,
Jimmy Traore won a Champions League.
No, but he was a centre back with next to Terry, and I do think with English centre backs we have this innate nature where we just bring everyone down a peg. Look, Raheem Sterling's a top 3 player, but very few people say
People
that.
are scared to say it.
Yeah,
but you just said it.
I'm not afraid to say the big things. Do I think Gary Cahill was a world-class defender?
He
No.
asked. He asked himself. Yeah, no way.
No, he's back down.
He
was all. No, it wasn't almost that, was it? He's a good.
No, he was almost there.
Do you think?
Yeah.
He's.
Oh, so he could be good. Was he good?
He's good, but is he good?
I mean, we're on about now, this very moment in time.
Yeah, but at this moment in time,
Sorry.
Palace are
Better than we thought again.
Yeah, that would be
although
good.
their XG is really bad, which would
sick as
suggest.
XG.
I know you're getting on XG, but it would suggest that Palace will start to dip. Well, I tell you what. Here we go. Right, let's put two together now. Okay.
Right.
Who goes higher in a tier list, and because they're a better player?
Yeah.
David Luiz, free transfer. Gary Cahill, free transfer. Who would you rather have in your team?
Gary Cahill.
Ooh.
If you're an Arsenal fan, you got that back line. You can have David Luiz or you can have Gary Cahill in your team right this second. Who do you pick?
But it depends on your squad, doesn't it? I actually think Cahill would have suited. Is more what Arsenal needed, but that doesn't necessarily mean he's a better player.
Arsenal fans like the fact that...
No, because Arsenal needs some...
Don't say it.
Well, it's true.
Say it.
They need a solid centre back or defensive midfielder, and I think Cahill is something they've lacked for years and years on edge. And David Luiz is almost the opposite of what I feel they did need in that position. Centre backs go anyway. I'm
Arsenal
not saying
fans,
David Luiz is a bad player.
I think Arsenal fans like the fact that they've got David Luiz just so they can moan at him. Do you know what I mean? They like the drama.
Dropping the bombs today, Will. I like it. I like it.
Yeah.
So exactly. So okay, well, let's go back to Gary Cahill. We'll come back to David Luiz then. Gary Cahill, where are you putting him?
He's good.
I think he's good, but is he good? Because I started off saying he was world class, and then I've literally argued my way down because he had John Terry next to him.
It's not for you, is it?
You can't get 50 caps for England without being good. He's good.
Yeah,
That's what I'm
I'm fine.
Change your mind. Go on, Will. Do you want to pick one?
Let's do Harry Maguire.
Okay. Harry Maguire. Can I just say I absolutely called the fact that he moved to Man United and said, you watch, Leicester City will be above him, and that'll be the big storyline. He's going, why did you even go to Man United? If you want to win a league or do something, you should stay with Leicester.
Yeah.
With the
exactly
cherry on the top of Johnny Evans.
Johnny Evans then winning the league, after being shunned by Man United.
But too right though. It's like some United fans, not all, but just think because they've won, however, 20 leagues was it in the end,
20.
that they've got a right that dictates the future, and it doesn't.
True. But so bringing it back to the man himself, is how good is he?
He's really right. His reputation at the moment is sky high. It just after World Cup helped him and all that is the big move. I think he's still shy of world class, but he's clearly a good defender, isn't he, centre back?
You know what they
You can't argue
always
less
say?
than that.
Never buy anyone off the back of a World Cup.
In a team that's doing better, or say right. So right now, I think that because Man United, although Man United's defence has actually been very good this season, because they're not doing well, you kind of go, oh, he's not world class. If we did this exact same tier list in August and we've just won the Euros, you'd say world class.
But to be a world,
exactly, but we've not won the Euros yet, and that he needs to prove it yet at them sort of level. He's literally won nothing in football as of yet, has he? I'm just thinking, has he won something? He's not. So I don't think he'd be world class if you've literally never won a major honour.
That's a good point.
Which he hasn't.
He's
a good player. He's a very good player. And I think he could be world class, but he's clearly not there.
Yeah, no, he's just
good.
Happy with that? Not sure, is he?
No, yeah, good. That's fine.
Right. Fabian Schär.
He's a good one for Fantasy Premier League, isn't he?
Yep, likes a goal. John Lundstrom, of course, with 21 points recently. He's not a defender, but somehow he's is a defender in the game. Last person to get 21 points and be a defender, of course, Fabian Schär in January against Cardiff, scoring a belter. Great game, Craig.
Well, yeah, I was there, wasn't I?
What was the age? I don't know.
Good argument.
Is he as good as those other four?
How long has he been at Newcastle for now?
What's he doing at Newcastle?
To be fair,
he's good. I know that's a terrible thing to say,
but
you do wonder.
You're not as frivolent. Is that a word? You're not like when you're buying centre backs, you buy excess strikers. You don't buy excess defenders as much, if you know what I'm saying. So the top six weren't willing to take a punt on him after a good season. A good season.
Yeah.
He's still at Newcastle.
There's question marks, it feels like.
There are question marks there.
Alright, well, let's chuck him there for now.
I'm happy to be... He's good,
Strong,
but is he good?
Be strong.
Yeah, he is, take that.
Okay, he's good, but is he good? Because I think probably need a touch more time, and it's difficult. It's difficult in our Newcastle side to really know the truth. So yeah, there he is. Next up, I'm gonna go with Toby Alderweireld.
Wow. As in, this is Toby Alderweireld now.
Yeah. Because I would, if he's over the sort of, in terms of like at his peak, if he's not a world class centre back, I don't know what it is.
True.
Wasn't you think he was at his peak?
Yeah, I wonder if he's lost half a yard.
But even that, if that's only how many games we're in? 10 games now. So I'd still be inclined to say world class.
Would you?
Is that a bit lazy?
I'm struggling.
I was going to come and I wasn't sure.
No, he's probably not that too injury prone. I think him and Vertonghen, there's only a few centre backs I watch them and I go, oh, wow. And those kind of players are the players that I do. So
do you do a historic ranking list? Because I think that would be a good one, like the best centre back partnership
of the decade. Maybe decade tier list could be. Would you like that? If you would, let us know in the comments below. I think it'd probably do it anyway. I think he's. Spurs are going through a tough time. I think he's still world class for me.
I think he, for me, just falls short of world class.
Oh well, you've got to decide in both.
Again, I look at what he's won.
But I think...
But that's everyone, isn't it? That's.
But the best players win stuff eventually because they get their moves.
But I think with centre-backs, you peak a bit later, so then once you've peaked, what is he now? He's 31, 32, isn't it?
32, I think.
I'd go world class, just because it looks empty at the moment.
Okay.
And he's world class.
Ben Godfrey, Norwich City.
My only knowledge of Norwich is watching.
That shouldn't be that funny.
Is watching Jack Reeves content, and I've got no reason to watch it, which is just really Norwich is just a very endearing place, isn't it?
Yeah, I saw him last year.
Jack or Ben Godfrey?
I've seen Jack this year. Was on the tier list actually. Ben Godfrey's basically their only centre back because they're all injured.
Oh shit!
He was at United and got released and he's kind of made his way into the team. I rate him a lot. I think he will. If Norwich don't stay up, he won't stay with Norwich. He's that player who goes on.
How many goals do you think Norwich are going to ship this year? Do you think they can see a lot? No, and he's their best defender.
I think it's difficult.
I know,
because they play a certain way
harsh.
and they have they've had so many injuries, and so that is a problem. And the way they're playing is commendable, but it's tricky when it starts to go wrong and you get to those and that you get to November and everyone's knackered and you've got no confidence. But as a player, I like him a lot. It's maybe I would want to put him in good, but because of what's happening in Norwich City, you might have to go. He's good, but
it might be difficult for him to really stand out in this Norwich team that does concede a lot, and you can't really rate him.
He's being let down by the club. Is that what you're saying?
Yeah.
I'm happy to put him. He's good, but is he good? Agreed.
Fine.
Yeah. Yerry Mina, Everton.
I think that could be a not for me.
Why is that?
Again, bought off a World Cup. Bit of promise.
3 goals there. What a World Cup.
Yeah.
What a World Cup.
I've got to say, I remember him specifically being unbelievable against England. And a shithouse, yeah. But unbelievable against England. I was like, when Everton got him, I was like, wow.
I was like that with a lot of Everton players though, and it's only Luca Digne that's really sort of kept that trajectory.
Yeah. He's let me down since he's been at Everton. He has been poor.
He looks like he's got a mistake in him, which is a very generic thing to say, but he does look like he could let you down at any moment. Yeah.
Which
is the back line of your defence. You don't want.
And they've been talking about this Zuma and how they wish they were able to keep him. For the money they spent on him, they should be like, well, go on then, off you go, because we've got Yerry Mina.
Yeah.
He's been disappointing. I think he will end up probably being a flop for them.
Yeah,
he needs to find a way of turning around. It could be the manager.
25-30 mil for him.
Yeah.
I mean, Barcelona must have been like,
yeah.
Go on then.
yeah. 27. Yeah. I'm happy to put him in not from me because I really expect him to kick on.
He's not shown that much yet that suggests you can put him any higher, has he? Really? What a World Cup though.
What a World
Cup. Yeah. If it was just based on World Cups, world class.
Yeah.
Right. Okay. Joe, I think we're going to... Doesn't matter. Nathan Ake. I saw him a few weeks ago, and I was really excited to see him play. I was like, because that pedigree at Chelsea, you see him score the goals on Match of the Day. He was really technically disappointing.
Right, in what aspect?
Like his passing was like sort of going astray, and he looks a bit like Ruud Gullit. So you go, oh, he's going to be brilliant on the ball.
Who were they playing?
And Arsenal. And he just kind of let me down a bit.
I think he's right in the middle yet. I do see potentially, but he's not exactly showing it to complete extent at the moment.
So what are you saying?
I think he's good, but is he good?
So yeah, but I don't think you can say John Egan's better than Nathan Ake.
Yeah, well, he's locked in. Let's concentrate on Nathan right now.
No, but he's locked in, but that's what you are saying. You're saying Nathan Ake is worse than John Egan. And if you're happy to do that, that's fine.
It's just, this has happened in the past. Jack was, I can't remember what it was, but Jack was really upset about a certain one, and then it kind of infiltrated the future picks.
Okay, well, I'm happy to...
I hear what you're saying. I do hear what you're saying. But that I'd be making the right point that I want to make by keeping John Egan there, because I think he certainly doesn't look as sexy as Nathan, if I can call you Nathan, and that Nathan is flattering to deceive.
I think that tier is not saying he's necessarily worse anyway. It's just a bit of the question mark. It's the question mark.
Give me more.
We're not sure that we're honest.
Two votes.
That's fine.
What's happened?
I know where my changes later.
Cathcart. Let's get it out of the way. He is...
I think all that Watford backline are Championship at best.
Yeah. Here's the point I would make. If and when they go down, will he get a move somewhere else?
No. I think he might sneak a promotion move to whoever comes up. I think he's right. Cathcart. He's
was he ex-Man United as well, wasn't he, part of that?
Yeah.
I think he was part of it. We're 92 for sure.
No. I'd say Championship at best.
I think he's worse than Yerry Mina. And that is a damning indictment.
If you start doing that, he just screws with everything.
Is that what he can't do?
Because he is, but... Yeah, right, stick with it for now. So,
against Man City, but...
Well, I don't know if Vestergaard played, but he plays for a club that shipped 9. Great link. Vestergaard... I looked at his stats as well. Like, played a lot of games at Borussia Mönchengladbach. So he's a steady player and a smart move for Southampton. I think he's good, but is he good?
I think not for me. Just if that a takeaway, you can't be a centre back and probably a leader. I don't know if he's captain or not.
He's the captain, isn't he?
No, he's not. Højbjerg is, but we were thinking that he again looks like the guy who should be.
Yeah, but you can't be a leader, vice captain, whatever, and be at the helm of a defence that's 5-0 down at half time. That just screams, where's your backbone? Where's you're mentally weak?
Yeah, it's true.
He's better than Championship at best, because I think they showed that by staying in last season.
Yeah, if we'd done this 3 weeks ago, he'd be in. He's good, but is he good? But because of the 9-0, despite coming off at half time,
that one game is going to really change his tier. Do you think? Is that harsh?
It's a fickle world that we live in.
I think I'm happy to give him. He's good, but is he good? Actually?
I'm going to go for not for me. I just think he's. I just think he's. Southampton will be pull up trees and defences will be pulled up trees. So I think he'd be.
Okay, 2 not for me's. Right,
we've been done by his long hair. We've been done by the look.
Yeah, maybe. Tarkowski. Speaking of good looks,
England captain in there as well. I think he's good, but is he good? He's still. There's a little bit more to kick on to really prove his worth. I think he's a good Premier League player.
But is he good?
But is he good? I think there's potential.
There's good and there's good, isn't there?
Yeah.
I think I think good, but is he good?
Yep, I'm happy with that.
He's good with his feet, Jam. I think he's okay.
Issa Diop.
Now there was a man that was linked with a big move, wasn't he, to Man United? Where's that a big move nowadays?
It will be for a while. It always will be.
When I watch him play, so I talk to West Ham fans, they're really impressed with him. But then when I watch him play, I'm like, he's got sort of
bit of meaner.
He's got nervous limbs, I would say.
Wow,
he's a bit sort of like, it's not totally in control, but he generally just about makes it, and that confuses me. West Ham's defence has been, they offer up the opposition a hell of a lot of chances. Is that down to him? Maybe not. They've got a lot of attacking midfielders that they're trying to fit in the team.
I know one game shouldn't do it, right? And I'd need to check if he played. But if you're shipping 3 goals at home to Newcastle, again, what does that say?
And how much was he? Like 22 million or something, wasn't he? It was a lot of money.
Well, yeah, because he was linked with United for 45.
It was a lot of money.
You sure? I'm not sure he was.
I can't get that point out of my head now.
What?
Leaking free as well, Newcastle.
Yeah, a Steve Bruce Newcastle United side. He might not have played.
But again, last season they give the opposition so many chances as well.
Is that more midfield based?
Yeah, I think it probably is.
He
is
only 22. He's 22.
He's 22?
It's very young.
Right, okay.
That's why he's so expensive, I suppose.
Good, but good. It's good, but it's good.
For now,
yeah.
22 for a centre-back.
Yeah. And nervous limbs doesn't mean you're bad.
No.
I've said that so many times.
Yeah.
Right. Lewis Dunk.
Donkey.
Good.
Just good, isn't he?
Yeah, he's well good.
Oh.
That's not tier.
I was looking for the well good tier. I thought you just slapped
like 9 3/4. You just
Willy Bolly. Willy.
Oh, do you like that, do you?
What?
Yeah.
I was saying his name.
Yeah, I know you were, yeah.
I'm saying you like his name. Willy?
I think he's a good player. You?
Yeah, I think he's quality.
Good.
I think that's the difference between Diop and Willy, is that he's got a better midfield and a harder working team maybe around him, and therefore they don't concede as many goals. It's a good Wolves side, and it's a big part of it.
Mm-hmm.
He's a bit older though as well, isn't he?
I don't know.
Yeah, no, I think he's like 27, 28.
I think it's an obvious one.
Good? What are you saying? Good?
Yeah. I think he's good. Got scored 4 goals last year as well. He's quite...
Scored that last minute winner in Turkey as well for him. Well, we shouldn't move you a tier, but I'm very fickle these days and anything can change.
It's a centre back, yeah.
I would...
Good,
yeah.
Good Wolves team. Even though Wolves have been...
2 votes puts it there. Fine. Right, interesting ones left over now.
Right.
Got this on papers, haven't you? I think you have.
Always producing. Tamori. Wow. We went and watched the Champions League game. Ajax.
It's a crack, wasn't it?
4-1 down they were. Ajax robbed.
You were loving it at that point.
Never again. They got done by a lot of crosses. I don't want to make it just about that game. He's a really exciting player.
And again, if you were making a mark in the Premier League at 21 as a centre-back in a top 6 team, I think good could be world class.
I do think a lot of Chelsea conceding, I think, is going to go down to the way Lampard sets his teams up as well. As opposed to the qualities of the defenders.
Yeah, I would say in that game specifically and the games recently, their underlying stats are actually quite good, but they're just kind of conceding one here or there. And you've got Jorginho and Kovacic, and they haven't had Kante in there, and that's a lot of the protection that helps someone like Tomori.
You need to build a partnership as well, don't you? They've not played enough together to know the inside out of each other. So
I watched him last year in the Championship for Derby, and he walked through the game.
Yeah.
What was that, at 20, 19, 20?
Yeah.
And then that's more...
Yeah. True.
Good.
He's good.
Good could be world class.
Well, could he be world class? You want to pop him up there?
No, not now. I'm not. I am a maverick, but not. I'm not mental. Good.
Yeah, he's good. He's good.
Okay. I think we need to come back to David Luiz. Let's get this done. Where do you see David Luiz? I would say he's the best passer out of everyone on this list.
Okay.
How much weight does that carry, though?
I'd put that. I was going to say low down, but then modern centre backs would be quite high up now, wouldn't it?
It's not.
Is it a top 5 stat for a centre back?
You're passing. Yeah.
Yeah.
It's not number 1 though, is it?
No, not at all. No.
the best centre backs can do it when they're a little bit exposed. Whenever they are exposed, he hasn't got a natural defender's brain.
He's not. I always think back to Germany, Brazil in that semi-final. It was ridiculous. Such a big game, and it was one of the worst defensive performances I've ever seen.
But he was playing in that game, wasn't he? He was playing for Brazil in a World Cup semi-final. It's difficult. I agree.
Yeah, but they've got a great team, though. A great team, that Brazil team.
He's an emotional defender, and as a defender, you don't want any emotion.
He was charging forward at 3-4-5, chasing the game, which they kept looking at to. But God, it was so stupid.
Yeah.
And that's how he does it.
But you're right. He's not championship. He's not championship at the best. I think it's obvious. It's not for me. He's not for me. I don't want him on mine.
I think he's good, but is he good? Because I do think he's a good footballer, but not a good defender.
I think good, but is he good?
He's not better than Ben Godfrey for me, but he's good, but is he good? Much worse than John Egan. Final three. Johnny Evans.
It's amazing, isn't it? The whole Maguire Evans turnaround and all that sort of stuff. I think he's a great defender.
I think he's really the best example of the fact that it doesn't always matter what club you're playing for. And say a quick story here. We signed Rio Ferdinand, and everyone was buzzing about having him, right, for QPR. First game played, he was amazing. And then after that, he fell apart. He couldn't do it. Who came in? He came out. Richard Dunn came in. Don't laugh. Richard Dunn came in, and I swear to God, he was world class till about mid-November. And he was playing for QPR as we were struggling. So you can be world class. See where I'm going? You can be world class.
I think to tie into that narrative, I've got a few Baggies mates, and when he was there, which now you think of it, was an absolute steal, and they were saying he was world class as well.
Am I going too far with saying he's world class?
I don't think so at all.
I think you are a little bit at the moment, but I think there's potential to climb to that level. I think he's...
Maybe he's old now, though, isn't he? Not old, but he's
old. I think he's centre back again. He's got a few more years than maybe a striker.
City would have him now. He'd partner Van Dijk, and he'd get into the Tottenham back four.
I think he's the top of the good tier, just missing out on world class.
Would he get in the Liverpool team?
Would he play for Barca?
He's good, isn't
he? He's very good. He's very, very good.
Could we move there from Will at the end? Who knows? Maybe. Right, final two. Liverpool, Man City. Van Dijk.
Should get out of the way. He's
world class.
Not for me.
He's not for me. I just don't think. I think
do you think at any point between now and the end of his career, he will dip below a world-class centre-back?
I think his partnership with Jurgen Klopp has a lot to do with how good he is and how Liverpool play. And managers and players' connection sometimes it's right time, right place. So I think if Liverpool lose Klopp, then we could see something. But it could be, Harry Redknapp's got his cluster. I can imagine Van Dijk and Klopp going on a European tour.
He looked pretty awesome at Southampton as well when they were doing well. I mean, look, he's world class, right?
I was going to say he looked awesome at Celtic, but
John Stones, before giving an answer, what's your initial thought tier wise?
For the same reason as David Luiz, in a way, I'd put him. He's good, but is he good? He's clearly a good footballer, but as a centre back, it's such a cliche and it almost feels lazy, but I feel it is true that he does make too many mistakes. I just worry when he's on the pitch, John Stone. But I think good defenders around him, he can really complement them. But that shouldn't be your remit as a defender, to have good players around you.
So that was I said, just say the tier. You gave us the whole thing.
He's good, but is he good?
He's good, but is he good?
Yeah.
Okay, well put. I agree with a lot of that.
The problem is, he's played so little at Man City for the amount he cost. He should have... I mean, it's easy in hindsight. He should have stayed at Everton for a few more years. It would have done the world of good.
It's always so dangerous. You've got to make the move when you got the chance, don't you think?
Yeah, but look at what's happened. He's not played more than 24 games since he's been at Man City in a season.
I agree. I get it, but I get it. But how many times do we go? If he can get a move when we do these things, when you get the move, you got to take it.
I always look at Grealish, and I think he has to stay at Villa for a few more years. It could screw him. I do think
he's got to go at the end of the.
I think he could say.
I think Grealish should stay. One club, wouldn't he?
So okay, I think. I don't think he's ever going to be world class, and that makes me sad.
It'd be great to have that sort of player for England, but I just think he's going to fall short.
It'd be class because, apart from the keeper, the spine would be.
I think he is. The fact that I'm struggling between good and he's good, but is he good, means that he's good, but is he good?
Fair.
For me, that's my vote.
You were the same.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
Well, you would say good, didn't you?
I just say good.
2-1. Sorry, mate.
That's fair enough.
Right. Top heavy this tier. We obviously finish with a final move. Everyone gets one final move, up or down. Go on, Will. What are you thinking?
This is hard.
I think because they don't get enough. What's the word I'm looking for?
Kudos.
Yeah, they don't get enough kudos. I think Johnny Evans is world class.
Oh, like it.
I'm going to move. I'm doing the thing that you got in my head with this, Will.
Go on.
When you look over Tage, but Lee's not better than him. I just can't help but think Dunk should be lower.
Not Egan. Not Egan. Egan survived.
I think he should be a tier lower.
John Egan, actually,
still
you're
a good
rubbing his
player.
hands together. Egan's agent on. Well, they put him over Dunk. I can't believe it.
That's quality.
Oh, he's hovering. Don't go. Go away. You're going to ruin his move.
What else could you move?
This kid's got something, you know. John, I believe in you. You are world class.
Wow.
No, I'm joking. That's nonsense. I can't be doing that.
Stones?
I don't think you. Again, looking at the landscape, I don't think you can have Evans there and not have Maguire there.
Yeah, but Evans is one. That's your move. It's your channel. You do what you want.
Am I right? Am I wrong? Where did we get it wrong? I'm sure we did. Let us know in the comments below. Will has a channel. Go subscribe to that channel and check out the tier list that we did about championship clubs. Yeah, if you want more tier lists, let me know which ones you want in the comments below as well. Thanks for watching. See you soon.